everybody, to the Journeymen podcast.
You better be praying to God because, you're 14 in losses in a row. You're going to need Jesus.
Am I wrong?
I thought you were pretty wrong, yeah. And we're back. Welcome live into Wooddale, Illinois, to the Journeymen podcast. We bring live to you Woj, Bobby, and Ryan. Hey. Now let's take it to our host, Woj, with some fantastic and exciting segments.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to just do the normal shit. It's not anything crazy.
Our viewers have come to expect a certain flavor. We're going to deliver on that.
I was kind of just going by the seat of my pants right there.
I liked it. That was. Yeah. I thought you brought it in nicely. Landed that plane. Soft touch.
Thanks.
Okay.
There it is.
So, yes, as Ryan said, and we definitely need you guys to do those more often. Definitely have a couple.
You know, when it feels right, I do it.
Yeah, okay, that's a weird thing to say. But, all right, so, Bobby, you were kind of bringing this up as we just had the Players' Championship. We like to talk about golf.
Yeah,
so,
sports.
who won?
Putt-putt?
Who won?
Scotty
Scheffler.
Scheffler was back-to-back Players' Championship last year and this year, which is quite a feat. I don't think it's been done, and he was -8 on Sunday to, capture the win. Now, granted, Harmon, Clark, and I can't even pronounce it, Schauffele. They all had opportunities going into 18 to tie up Scheffler, and just couldn't figure it out. There's some missed putts for a few holes before that that could have changed the game. A couple of bad bogeys, but. One thing to mention, though, which was incredible, and they mentioned this, we all know Rory. We could respect Rory McIlroy. Yeah. He had 26 birdies, and he was only -10.
So that means that
he had a lot of bogeys.
Driver play was hitting him. And
his driver, he's one of the longest driving guys out there.
Well, I'm just saying the other aspect of the game must have fell short then.
Yeah, I think him 150 in, he feast or famine. He was hurting himself, but he was also, capturing it afterwards. So it's just an interesting stat, 26.
I'll be honest with you. During Saturday, I was over at my buddy Mark's. Shout out, Mark. What's up? And it was on in the background, and we were kind of discussing this as just kind of in general, like this golf on the television. For me, if there's really not necessarily nothing on, but if there's just kind of like this is the best sports option on, I'm watching golf. I'm going to sit down, hang out, do whatever. I know, Ryan, you're kind of leaning the other way there. Let's hear your thoughts.
Well, if you want to have a nice nap and you're tired, can't fall asleep, it's great to put on golf. No, I honestly, I don't really like watching. I mean, like, I have watched golf, like, if I'm forced to.
Yeah, your foam's there you go.
I'm forced to, more if it's like, I don't know, maybe a family party at Easter.
It's not a
maybe
fucking
at Easter,
concentration camp.
like the Masters or whatever that's on around Easter time.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Masters. That's in 3 to 4 weeks.
Or maybe if it just happens to be on and you're at the P-Dubs or something.
Okay.
So you're impartial to it. If it's on, it's on.
I can appreciate it as a person who's in like an amateur golfer, what they do, like for sure, but it doesn't make me want to watch it. Like honestly, watching sports these days is I don't do it as much as I used to anyway. But it's certainly not going to be for golf. I'd rather just put on a show or a movie or. Listen to a podcast.
You're more entertainment over live sports.
Yeah, I mean, like, although I do like seeing some golf stuff or like highlights on Sports Center. Maybe I can appreciate it as a person who golfs himself, but it doesn't mean I'm going to sit down and watch it.
I always think we're the worst critics while watching golf. We've all been guilty of this. Critics and also like haters. It's a 210-yard par 3. He's pulling out his 5-iron or his 6-iron. I'm like. Fuck you, 6-iron.
Dude,
I mean, they're incredible. So, but then we're also on the opposite pole of that. Oh, they're 20 yards out and they flump a wedge or they miss hit, and we're like, this fucking guy.
I will agree with you that the worst shots in golf, like if a guy hits one into the lake, you get a little bit of a God damn, I can do that.
I could mess up too. Yeah.
You're professional and you're fucking hitting in the water.
I always I'm gonna get a little Costanza on you guys. I always feel a little bad for the golfers having to wear pants when it's so hot out. I feel like they'd like to wear shorts if given the option. What do you guys think?
They all would.
I think they
said
all, not all of them. Like I said, they have a lot of cool breathable fabrics. They have sponsors.
I'm sure, but it's like it's so hot out there, and like I would never.
I'm just saying, 4 days in the heat and in the sun, your legs are going to turn bright red if you don't take care of them. So maybe it's a little preventative too.
Yeah.
Bobby coming at you with our sponsor, Gold Tone or
Tropicana,
whatever that suntan lotion.
Suncoast tanning oil.
Yeah, there you go.
SPF 50 for you white folks in the Midwest. Yeah.
I mean, yes, I'm saying in a generalized fashion, yes, all golfers. But like, if given the choice between golf or pants, pants or shorts rather in golf, I mean, I think everybody is going to side with the shorts.
Yeah,
I don't know many people that are like 90 degrees outside. Get me my pants.
Why is the golf whatever association of PGA? Why are they so? Why you gotta be so dressed?
Because
trying to keep it professional.
If you give them an inch, if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. So if it goes shorts, now they're going to be in tank tops next. So no, I'm glad they're firm line.
Okay.
Firm line.
Well, yeah, I think a nice polo and khakis or golf shorts, whatever, black, whatever color.
I get it. I'm just saying, for me,
I don't think they're
you can still
gonna go to that extreme of a tank top or whatever. I think that's a real trash.
No, that'd be
look.
ridiculous. Yeah.
But I would just say that when you open up, like, I'm sure golfers have tattoos on their legs. I'm sure the golf brand has never been associated with like tattoos.
Yeah, there could be other.
You know what?
I
just solved this. I think we can figure it
All
out.
Okay,
right, solved it.
TGI, I hope you're
We
listening.
do like, in a sense, a casual Friday, where it's like
Thursday as
like-
the first round.
like
just
the
keep
big
it casual.
the big tournaments. Like the last couple rounds, you
We're
have
also
to wear
right here.
pants. Maybe the first one of them, or maybe like some not
Thursday,
important tournament, you can wear shorts.
Pro-Am.
But the PGA, the Masters, the British, whatever else you got,
Whatever.
pants required.
The 4 big ones, yeah.
But maybe the offshoot ones where it's like the Abu Dhabi Open or what, I don't know, whatever. I'm just making shit up. You can rock some shorts.
Can I bring a fun fact? And I know we'll switch topics
Hold
soon.
on.
So, go ahead.
I do like his idea, but go ahead. I just wanted to say that.
Masters is held in Augusta, Georgia. They have 44 sand traps on their course.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why their sand traps always look so pristine, I was just watching a video and I sent it to you guys.
Yeah.
They source it from a quartz mine in North Carolina. A byproduct of quartz is this really fine granule white powder that they they cover their sand traps in. And when you go over there, it's like eggshell white. It's beautiful.
Dude, I just saw that today. You sent that.
I sent that. Yeah,
I
was just like, man, that is kind of cool because
send
I've never seen sand traps just so like flowery and like white and
it's pristine.
It's pristine and it's just
agreed.
gorgeous. And we golf on public courses, which, I would like to see some pros try to putt on that shit.
Dude, I don't know what's worse, and this is my last final take
Yep.
on golf though, and sand traps specifically. If there's a sand trap in the burbs where
the rakes
concrete.
in the way or what?
just been like raining or there's been some moisture in the air,
Muck.
it ends up clumping up, and then I've had it happen all the time. Just go right into the middle of the shit where it's just like
Kerplunk.
now you get your feet in there. You're like, I got mud up to my socks. It's just like the most uncomfortable feeling of just like, God damn it.
I've seen it where they've had like puddles in the sand and your ball
yeah.
goes
Oh,
in.
No, you
God.
pull that out. I'm sorry. I'm a courtesy golfer. Unless there's money on the line, you move it to a drier spot in the
Sure.
sand. I'm not saying improve your lie. Just move it somewhere where you're not
to
sinking.
the left or the right.
Yeah.
Also, I was going to say, I hate on the public courses, especially getting closer to fall when all the leaves are on the putting
Oh, you
green.
can't see shit though either, too.
And you have to like clear a path for your ball because otherwise
Yep.
the helicopter leaves are going to make it go one way or
Jostle
the
it
other.
every way. Yeah.
These are for sure third world
I
problems.
feel like Adam Vinatieri in the snow clearing out a room
A
for my
patch for
my
the kick.
kick. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean again, Bobby. Last thought on the golf. I don't know where were we going with the sand. Just like the fact that it's cool.
Well, it's
that
just kind of
not
an
sand.
interesting fact. Like I said, the Masters I think is maybe the longest running of the majors. Possibly, I don't know. Not fact check me, but
We don't
at least
fact check.
in the U.S. it's always at the same course, so it's always fun because previous winners could compete. That's part of they're part of the original Thursday Shuffle. So you could have someone and who did it maybe in '88 come in there and play. He's not going to do well, or maybe he won't,
Right.
but have a good time.
No, I think the golf talk, and again, I mean, this was just kind of the latest thing that was on the television. I think we'll talk more about it as we can actually golf, and I know for sure we're gonna have some times where
Woj is a good golfer. I've played with him. He's a exceptional golfer, but it's easy to get in his head.
Okay.
So.
Yes. Okay. Good stuff. I'm just saying that it'll be more relevant as like, hey, we get out for a round, and then we're going to talk about it and be like,
how horrible my
Bobby
slice
on
is,
the ninth hole when you shanked your third tee shot of the round. How did that make you feel? No,
after those first 2 mulligans, I knew I was.
Let's be real. It's going to be like, hey, after 9 beers on the course, you were feeling a little tipsy. How do you think that made you play?
Dude, I kind of daily it. At a certain point when you drink, I kind of like it's either I'm not as worried as much, I'm not overthinking, and I have usually a better strike. So we'll see.
Rate of play.
I hate slow golfers. I don't care if anyone's listening and you're that guy who takes 5 fucking minutes to line up one putt. I hate you. Fucking step up, read your line, take a look, and then get after it.
Take like 6 practice swings.
The one who goes in front, behind, standing, left, right. It's like, dude, no.
For me, it's usually like 2 practice swings, get the motion, and then get the
attack.
Sometimes even none. Sometimes I just like going like
go in there cold, baby.
Go in raw dog is this.
Sometimes you do better.
Yeah, no, you just go out there and strike it. All right, sorry.
All right, so I'm gonna do this. This is looking real weird.
So we hit a really quick Bears bullet point, or we do
so
something else?
we are.
Is the audio coming in?
No, we're good, dude. We're
All
good. It's just the wanted to keep the next segment about the Bears to couple minutes. We're just gonna give shot out of a cannon, initial take, and just make sure you hit these points. Justin Fields traded to the Steelers for a 6th round. It could turn into a 4th depending on the percentage in which he plays. If he plays 51 snaps, he will. Bears will get a 4th rounder. How do you think that makes the Bears from here? And then I also want to know from you guys, does that mean, without a doubt, Caleb Williams is the Bears' next pick? Go ahead, Bobby. You start with it.
Not a Bears fan, but it seems to be that they're courting Caleb Williams. I think that's probably the obvious pick now that Fields has moved to Pittsburgh with Wilson. So that's a kind of fun combination there. See how that goes. I mean, they barely got to double digits all season last season, so I guess anything's an improvement. They have Keenan Allen. They have DJ Moore. They have tight ends. They have Komet. They're going to have a powerhouse offensive unit, and the receiving core is going to be just spectacular. For any rookie coming in, I think there's a lot of opportunity. The pace of the game is going to be a lot faster, but hopefully he could accommodate and get the Bears some wins. We'll see if they could get to 9 wins. I'll give him 9. I'd give him 9 with Caleb.
Oh, yeah.
Thoughts?
Well, let's go. Yeah, let's go to Ryan.
Trading of Fields finally happened. Had to happen. It would have been awkward to have them both here, both being like top 10 picks essentially. You don't want to have the locker room split. It's unfortunate the Bears didn't get a lot in return. I think they overestimated the value and maybe waited too long, and then they kind of just had to get rid of him. And also I heard, I don't know if this is true or it was just rumors, that he wanted to go to Pittsburgh, and they had 4 other offers for teams that were teams he didn't want to go to, and they abided by Justin. They did good by him. So
hopefully they honored that.
Hopefully that's good. I mean, it's not good like in the immediate thing, but maybe it's good around the league to look for the team that this is a player friendly team. Like they're not just gonna fuck you over, I guess, or whatever. I think it's good for Justin. He has a fresh start. It's good for Pittsburgh to have both of them because I think one of them will be good. I think the Bears probably will take Caleb Williams, I assume, especially since Keenan Allen was at his pro day today.
Keenan Allen. Oh, I'm so jealous.
And I'm really psyched that they got Keenan Allen for a 4th round pick. What a great move.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that the him going to the 1 out of the 5 teams, as you said, that did provide offers. I really want to know what other teams offered him. I want to know what his evaluation was.
Let's just call his agent. If you're a podcast follower,
I mean, it could be bullshit. It could be just like some thing where they want him save face and they're like, hey Justin, can we just have this thing where we say that you wanted to go here? I don't know. I mean, it could be real. It could be bullshit. I don't know.
I just think that there's not loyalty in this league, and so why are the Bears trying to be like loyal to him? Like in my mind, it's like, hey Justin, it didn't work out. This is a business. This is how this type of shit works. As in Moneyball, You
Sure.
see the real in-depth about how contracts work.
Technically.
I think it's like I said, like it's a good look for the team to other players around the league that might want to sign here or might get drafted here. Like they don't want Caleb Williams pulling an Eli Manning and being like, why the hell am I going to go to this team who drafted Justin Fields and gave up on him, and then they dealt him to some, bullshit. At least they can be like, oh well, granted it didn't work out with him, but we took care of him. We treated him well.
Yep, I get what you're saying, man.
That's
Is
the only
that
thing I would
there's-
say. That it saves face.
That's cool.
But it makes perspective. I get what you're saying too, though. Like,
I just think that in a business sense, yes, you can. His wish, Justin Fields' wish, honestly, in my mind, was probably to be like, either get me a bunch of weapons and give me a real chance, or get me the hell out of here. Like, I don't want to be, I don't want to be in this mishmash of like I second fiddle or hey, I'm going to actually be starter while Caleb Williams gets adjusted. I just think that in the business sense of it, the Bears definitely failed. And my whole thing is hindsight is obviously 2020 is that, if you look into the future here and again, I don't know if the Bears are going to be Caleb Williams. That's who they should pick, but reality sets in and that the Bears have made awful draft day decisions and trades. And if they do that type of shit, they may think that they're getting a crazy haul and doing whatever. Ryan, you mentioned in the earlier podcast, or maybe when just we were chatting, the next draft class doesn't seem to be the most highly sought after.
yeah, none that I heard.
So
of,
I
man.
think that part does play into it. But again, I wanted to keep it tight on Justin Fields
Yep.
here just because
Yeah.
the Bears talk in, when we get into the real throw of the football season, we'll obviously have a lot more to talk about with that. But without further ado, let's go to the album review.
Yeah.
There we go. Whose pick was this?
This
My-
was
my
Ryan.
pick.
It's just incredible. Great
college
pick.
dropout. Kanye West dropped in 2004. Although some of the singles dropped in 2003 before the album actually came out. This is Kanye's first album, and honestly, probably
Banger.
my favorite
No
album.
skip.
It might be my favorite album ever. Like, it's one of them for sure. Certainly hip hop, maybe ever in general. There's no skips. I mean, unless you want to skip maybe the skits, but they kind of go in with the CD. So,
Yeah, they kind of blend in well.
so
Hold
you
on,
know-
but correct me if I'm wrong. The very last track on the side 2 of the second disc is a
the last call.
6-minute
He kind of starts.
ish,
No, well, yes and no. Actually, I've listened. If you ever sit back and listen to it,
which I just did yesterday.
okay, yeah, he raps in the beginning of it, and then he kind of talks the last like 4 minutes.
Right.
So, I guess maybe
Kanye being Kanye,
maybe
man.
the first time you want to listen to it, and then after that you don't have to as much.
But I'm just throwing it out there. My general opinion is
Yeah.
that would fall more into the sketch type of category as opposed to a song.
But I don't think you would. I don't think. Well, but there's music. There's a song in it. There's a.
Barely though. Like I'm talking like you said 4 minutes out of probably like a 5.5 minute
It's
song.
probably like 2 minutes is a song and 4 minutes is the talking or something. I'm guessing. But the 2 minutes is well worth listening to at least. For
It was.
sure.
I'm not gonna lie. Again, everything that Bobby was talking about with the no skip
Oh,
on this
incredible.
thing is absolutely true. I mean, even the ones that I didn't really like, I wasn't like, this is amazing. I still was like, damn, okay, this is still good.
Well, and I would say about this album,
You do your thing.
go ahead.
You're starting with it.
they just really
He
don't.
knows it.
They don't make like hip hop albums like this anymore. And this is also like a
I consider this a generational
like a trend,
track.
like people were influenced by this and made other music from it, like J. Cole and
This is nostalgia memory for me. Like if I think of high school,
Yeah.
Through the Wire, Kanye's workout plan,
every Jesus Walks,
immediately
All
comes to
Falls
mind. Mm-hmm.
Down. I was gonna say you can
Slow
tell
jams from
slow
me.
jams.
Oh, slow jams, yeah, absolutely.
You can tell that this album, he put everything into it, his heart and soul. Like this was his first, his baby. Like he was before this album known as just strictly as a producer, and he thought of himself always as a rapper and a producer, but no one else would give him the light of day to do it. So he would literally go to like the record offices and like rap his shit and play. They have it on the Netflix documentary. Actually, he goes to like Rockefeller Records or Def Jam or whatever, and he just plays it for the people in the office. Like, listen to me, hear me. Like he would do anything.
He promotes himself, and let's give it up for that. The guy might be eccentric, but he promotes himself.
Eccentric.
Well, he's
That's a nice word.
certainly what they say, the line of genius and crazy, and he's definitely
He
straddling
threads
it.
that line pretty quickly.
This
but
is more genius.
no, I know, but
Yeah.
like I said, Through the Wire, I mean, that song in itself, you listen to the lyrics, that tells a story.
Yeah.
I think it's...
That's I was saying. What I was gonna ask you guys. So like, I would say there's like
He's the good kind of
5
crazy.
or 6 singles, like let's say A tracks.
Sure.
Which one's your favorite? So I would say on there you got Through the Wire, Slow Jams, All Falls Down, Jesus Walks, and Workout Plan. And then I don't know if there's any more, but those are like.
Can I say that right quick? No, there's one.
I think there's one.
I have one. Obviously, I'll just say real quick answer. Through the Wire is definitely my favorite, but We Don't Care is one of my other favorites.
No, I was gonna get there. I was gonna say, what's your favorite B track?
Just to get
Yeah, B side. That was gonna be my B.
Oh yeah, dude.
I was gonna ask you that as well. So you like so you're A and B. What about you, Woj? What's your A? What's your B?
Jesus Walks.
Is your A okay? What's your non
Well,
radio
I mean,
one that you like?
I'm not gonna lie, you put Slow Jams in the B category.
No,
but,
Slow Jam's the A.
Oh, okay.
Slow Jam's the A.
I would do Slow Jam. Those two are just equal in my mind.
Okay.
Of like, those are my 2 favorite, but also like,
Yeah.
if they again are not considered like,
Right.
if like somebody like walked into a party and you were like, yeah, Slow Jams for sure would be in the A more, but like if you're like, yo, put on Jesus Walks, some people I feel would be a little bit more hesitant. It's not the
Even though
automatic.
It's a fucking
yes.
banger though. Still.
Definitely so, but I'm just saying that I think
I like him as a lyricist too. I think, like I said,
Yeah.
there's a lot of these guys, and you know what? We're going back to hip hop and rap. I enjoyed hip hop and rap.
Wait, what was your AB?
AB? I
He
Through
went-
the Wire, and then
And then he went the We Don't Care, which is
Okay.
great. I'm gonna go for me, definitely Through the Wire. Close second would be probably All Falls Down. I still play that a lot. And
That was
then
a good one.
B1, man, it's like Sophie's Choice. I don't even like. It's so hard. I don't know. Like I mean, honestly, I was gonna say. He's got a song for whatever mood you're in. You're in a smoking mood. They want to get high. You got to get them high. You want to do like one with a good featured rapper. You got Breathe In, Breathe Out from Ludacris. That one just goes.
he does have a lot of good featured,
Yeah,
talent
I
on there. A lot of
if-
different other
if you,
vocals.
If
too.
you want more of like a soulful one, you got like Never Let Me Down.
Yeah.
Like you got Spaceship. There's just like so many.
but it all just
But
works.
they're all
It
good.
just
They
works.
all and like the order of the songs is great. Even
I-
the skits in there are like
I would just say in terms
That's
of
my
the
only hang up a
in
little
terms
bit,
of
yeah.
the order, I'm gonna kind of say the same thing that I said about the
which one? What would you
Eagles.
change it up?
I would just not put these skits as the last thing.
Okay,
Like,
yeah,
side B,
that's fair.
Last
Actually, I
call.
think it's most appropriate.
But this is what I'm saying is that I understand that Kanye like is telling a story like through it. It's a very masterfully put together album. Just in terms of the song, like in terms of what I like to hear the record and the album or even the CD.
So the whole
like
sequence
stop
of
on.
it. Yeah.
I want to get that.
You want to
that
finish on something.
end
heavy,
on something high so that when it ends, I'm like,
Yes.
do I put it on again? Like,
Yeah,
okay, do we
repeat,
do this
flip
again?
sides.
That would be my only critique of the order.
They could almost. I mean, it's called last call, so they kind of have to put it last. But they'd have to, have to put the talking and shit, edit that out maybe, or put it
that's
somewhere,
more of a
somewhere
yeah.
else.
Yeah, that's more of a production.
I also didn't mention.
decision.
I love the song "Family Business." That's a great song.
That was a good one, yeah.
Maybe you could swap "Family Business" and "Through the Wire" in the order, because "Through the Wire" is more of a up tempo. If you wanted to end on a higher note, kind of thing. Like
That's just my preference
Yeah.
is to be more like bummed that that album or CD or whatever media you're listening to that's over. You're like, fuck.
So for me, I know this album Inside Out. Kanye is my favorite rapper. I mean, I don't.
I'm
listen
gonna say he was my
I say,
favorite
it's hard
rapper.
for me
And
to
then
say
he
I
went,
don't because I don't listen to his
went
new.
crazy.
I don't listen to his stuff after
he
like
went crazy.
2012 really as much, but like those first like 5-6 albums I've listened to so many times. I'm still gonna
The CD is getting burned
He
down.
went.
I
He
love
went
it.
bad. He was good crazy, like inventive, and then he went
No, for
bad
sure,
crazy.
for sure.
And the stuff I'm on the same page with you in that.
Yeah.
I'm not listening to his new stuff now, but even the little clips and stuff like that I have heard of it, I'm like, I don't. It's not hitting me right because you're the whatever. Like this is also my criticism, which probably a lot of people don't like, is that, I mean, the newer rap and stuff like that. I mean, even stuff within the last 5 years. I've definitely been on my way out of it. I really like Kendrick Lamar as like a
Kendrick Lamar is a
like
solid
but
artist.
he to me it's like any rapper. Like he had a solid certain period of time, and then he kind of went away, did other projects, and did other stuff. And I'm not hearing that type of beat and rapping style that
it's kind
I'm
of gone
more
away,
appreciative of than the mumble type bullshit that comes up, or like a trap beat, and then they're trying to combine genres shit. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
It's not
with
pure.
that.
We're thoroughbreds, man. We like
yeah.
it how it is.
Or you got like the kind of like Juice WRLD, like emo rap kind of.
No,
Get
no,
the
I'm saying,
fuck
I'm
out
saying,
of it. Take a
no,
hike.
I'm saying
they're poisoning the water.
I'm saying I don't really like that type
Yeah.
of music. I don't really vibe with that.
We came up with Eminem, Tupac, and Biggie. I mean, we came up with some.
I mean, again, like I'm
Showstoppers.
just gonna kind of. I
Yeah.
mean, Ryan, I did want to throw it over to you before the last.
Throw it over to me.
Well, what'd you have? You have any last things that you didn't hit on?
I mean, I think we went over most of the songs and our opinion. I was just gonna say I would say his first 3 albums are all bangers on like level playing field. Honestly, Graduation, his 3rd album, was what got me really into Kanye. I was definitely into him before, but then that's like probably the first album I went out and bought, listened to it the whole way, and then went back and listened to this whole album, the whole late registration, even though I had heard a good chunk of it growing up, but really sat down and really got into it.
No, for sure, man. I was gonna say Graduation was more of the thing that I was more in the uplifting type of shit that really got me.
This is more of like your classic hip hop.
Yep.
Like original Kanye, Chicago, Midwest.
Yes.
And that music video for a
Sound.
workout plan, I think we all know that in the back of our head right now. I could play it out, on repeat.
I was gonna say I had one thing I was gonna say out of all the popular ones, that's probably the one I go back to the least nowadays is Workout Plan.
I could see that.
I still like it, but it is the one if I were to skip one, if I were to not want to listen to it, that would probably be the one that I would.
All right, that's fair.
I got you. So we want to do 2 things here. We want to tease the next album review, which is back to Bobby.
Yep,
We want to
it's back
teach
to
and
me.
entertain. 2 things.
Teach and entertain. Yeah, you know what? I hope you guys enjoy listening to our podcast. I know we're all bullshitting, but I hope you guys can imagine yourself sitting next to us on this couch talking shit too.
We're gonna have more guests in the future. Shout out Josh.
We would have the album playing, but we don't want to get sued.
Right. Yeah, so we'll
okay,
tease this
so
one.
let's tease the first one, and then Bobby, I want you to end on those 3-word things that you.
Okay, yeah.
and that's how we'll go out on it. But
All
tease
right.
what we got next time.
So you guys want to show this? We got Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory.
Fuck yes. This is also one of my albums I listen to infinitely amount of times.
Yeah, Linkin Park is the shit.
Came out when I was 12. I love it. I'll get into it later. It's so good.
R.I.P. Chad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw him live, so it was awesome that I actually had that experience.
Okay.
I think we all had this album.
Very true. But again, we gotta save some of that juice for the.
I'll just say this: if we're gonna go out, we're going out in our segment.
So he's
I got a nice little
he's
bit.
gonna got the outro.
All right.
But what do you got?
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I was gonna have it out, but you have it. Go ahead.
When I move, you move. Just like that.
All right, movie review coming up. We have Wedding Singer.
I was
Wedding
gonna say,
Singer,
Woj,
yeah.
one more outburst, and I will strangle my microphone. Okay.
Hey, we do have the chords to do that. But all right, we'll be back in just a jiff. The peanut butter.
Yeah, we got a local merchant. She is based out of Rolling Meadows area as well as Park Ridge, but this is Aroma Mora. She does handmade candles with essential oils.
Who is she? What is her
This
name?
is my girlfriend's one of the parents of the children in her room.
Excellent.
They own this
Okay.
business. So Aroma Mora, we'll probably throw it in the description, the hyperlink to their business. So
Oh, hell yeah.
feel
Go
free.
check these out.
Yeah, they smell great. Essential
Oh my God,
oils
dude,
and
this one's
handmade
sandalwood
right
and-
here.
Sandalwood and vanilla. This one's
And this-
fucking delicious. I almost
Well, we
said.
got champagne and tangerine.
Hell yeah, dude. We'll put this in the description. Go check them out.
Much better than Candles by Jan.
Alrighty.
But
Thanks
yeah.
again.
And this would be our first Journeymen commercial. So
Yeah, plug in some product. Alrighty.
everybody sponsor us.
That's
Do it.
Hennigan's. No smell, no tell Scotch.
No, for real. Check them out. This is some good shit. All right. Peace.
Bye.
And welcome back to the program. with your Journeymen here. We are doing our movie review. This week was my choice. Went with 1998's The Wedding Singer, starring Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. Fucking hilarious movie. This is one of my. I'm just gonna get into it. It's one of my favorite
Get
movies.
into it, baby.
What's the summary? Break it
So
down.
good. Oh yeah, let's get a synopsis. A quick synopsis of the movie. So it takes place in 1985. Adam Sandler plays a wedding singer named Robbie Hart, who works with Julia. She's a waitress for the wedding caterings venue or whatever. They work together. He's supposed to get married to someone named Linda. She stands him up at the altar. He's heartbroken. Julia's getting married to Glenn, who is her fiance, and he's like a real asshole, like yuppie douchebag guy who cheats on her. And so while that's happening, Robbie helps Julia plan her wedding. And while that's happening, they fall in love, basically. He falls in love with her, and then she eventually with him. And and they get together. It's awesome. It's a great movie.
I agree.
And this is the same. I think within 3 years he came out with Wedding Singer, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
the iconic three. I guess that's
Well,
what
it's
come to
first,
mind.
like, let's say 5 years. You got Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Wedding Singer, Waterboy, Big
thank
Daddy.
you. Yep.
Yeah, this is what we call the Sandler years.
This is the prime golden years of Sandler. When I was growing up, he was my favorite comedian. Like, I knew every word to, like, Happy Gilmore, like every line.
And SNL dropped him, which is funny. Their
Yeah.
loss.
So to me, I would say, my thought on this is probably Adam Sandler's, maybe not like, I would say maybe not everybody's favorite movie, but I think his best done movie, like that most people would like. Like, if you're not a fan of him or you are a fan of him,
Yes.
kind of like more mainstream, like everybody would like this movie.
I totally agree.
I can see that, absolutely.
And to me, it's probably my either first or second. I don't know. Happy Gilmore is like an all-timer, but this is too. You catch me on the raw either day, it depends. But anyway, so I would say, yeah. So obviously, this movie takes place in the 80s, which is awesome. I love all the fashion, all the music, everything about it. I thought that was really good. Just an observation. I thought. What did you guys like about the movie? Your thoughts, like the good things you noticed.
Okay, I'll go first,
Go,
man.
yeah.
The musical talent that they put into it is in my
like the soundtrack.
the Adam Sandler's talent for
Oh, like,
singing.
yeah, I was gonna say.
And
he's
then
an artist.
also, like, you have John Lovitz, you have
Yeah.
Billy Idol's music is playing throughout
Yeah.
it. It's just a thing that I enjoy, that you could even have him singing a song, it's him.
Yes.
Alexis Arquette
Yeah.
singing Boy George, even though it's hilarious, it is actually pretty talented. It's like a song there, but like that's the part that I really kind of resonate with, is just like, hey, everybody can kind of really sing in this. It sounds good.
I agree. I had that in my notes that Adam Sandler, like, legitimately a good singer when he sings like That's All at the bar mitzvah, and at the end,
Somebody kill me,
somebody
please.
kill me. He would grow old with you. Like, he's legitimately like good to my ears.
Also, shout out John Lovitz, and
Yeah.
when he
Yeah.
sings as Jimmy
of
Moore,
course.
still fucking super
And
talented.
I would say what you said about the music too. Like, I like with the music, like, a bunch of good songs. Of course, we'll get into that later more, but the placement of them and how they do it, like it's on the TV or on the radio in the background, or
At the
it's
club, yeah.
organically peppered throughout the movie.
Infused.
Yeah. Bobby, what about you?
I really thought the supporting cast for this movie
Phenomenal.
it could not be any better. I mean, I have a nitpicky on one of them, but the supporting cast in general just keeps you laughing. There's never a dull moment. I'm just funny. A lot of good comedians.
The Madison, Happy Madison crew
Oh,
Approach,
sure.
Yeah.
is Alan Covert and
Sure.
Peter
Steve
Don.
Steve Buscemi's a collaborator.
Steve Buscemi.
John Lovitz. They go back to SNL.
Right, so that
and
kind of grouping, I think, is what
Just
you're saying.
Kevin Nealon.
Kevin
always.
Yeah,
Nealon.
your cheeks are going to hurt after this one
Oh,
just
yeah,
because you're
for sure.
smiling and laughing so much.
Robert Smigel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gives the look. He's like,
Yeah. I would just say too. Sorry, Bobby.
No, that was it.
Um,
That was one of the main features I really
that I
enjoyed.
really thought that this movie showed that Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore have excellent chemistry, like really authentic,
wasn't it their
believable.
first movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm saying, and they made 3 afterwards, or at least 3 with the, or a couple, and it's like they're one of, I say, the better, like, Hollywood, Hollywood fake couples, like movie couples.
They're on their second murder mystery thing on Hulu.
No. That's
Jennifer Aniston, I think.
Aniston.
They're good too, though.
Yeah, duh.
Drew Barrymore kind of has not
Thank
done
you.
a whole lot of acting, but
Yeah.
I do agree the chemistry is definitely there.
All right, yeah. So nextly, we're gonna get into best scenes. I'm just gonna say off the bat too, scenes and quotes are kind of gonna merge. Like we're gonna do quotes and move, but if quotes come up while we're doing the scenes, we'll just and when we get to the other quotes, we'll
Let
just
it
mention other
organically
ones. Yeah.
just get
But it's gonna
proceed.
happen,
Yeah,
so, well.
of course it will in this one.
All right, so guys, favorite scenes. Let's go. Why don't you guys each give me a couple, and then I'll give you a couple. We'll go around.
Robbie's meltdown at the Cindy and Scott or Steve's
Wedding.
wedding.
At the
And so he starts singing Love Stings, and he's talking to all the guys, which again, I don't know how you don't say it every single time. Where he's like, that fat guy,
me.
sideburns,
Me, fatty,
lady with
sideburns
the
lady.
fatty, sideburns
The whole
lady,
table.
Mutants at
over
table.
10,
mutants
yeah.
at table 9. Every single time, I have to say mutants at table 9.
We'll never have.
But that part of him going nuts is it again, as you're kind of talking about it, like again, it's one of the more well put together movies for Adam Sandler. Like story and all this stuff flows.
Yeah.
It was a hilarious scene right when he's at his worst, which I think is beautiful.
I was gonna say, if I could just add to that scene, one of my favorite quotes I'm just gonna say it now is when he's talking or whatever, and he's like depressed. He's like, "All right, guys, like,
Been
well,
listening to Cure a lot.
He's like, no, he's like, well, Cindy showed up, so right away, Scott, you gotta be pretty psyched."
You gotta be pretty psyched about
What
that.
a great
yeah.
fucking line.
So that also
You gotta be pretty the melancholy is hilarious. Yeah.
yeah. So is that scene? I might have skipped over it because the first wedding was kind of good, right?
It was a positive
Yeah,
one.
first
He
one's
was before
positive,
his wedding.
and then the second one, after he's been dumped.
Right.
the first one when he's outside though.
With
Yeah.
the kid who's
It's
puking.
again, it's kind of like setting up this
With
whole
the
thing.
kid who's puking or whatever.
Right, and then Alan Covert's character
Yes.
comes out,
Yes.
and he's like,
Yes.
you might want to get in here, Robbie. They're starting to turn on George.
Do you really want?
And it's
You suck.
George singing
Just on
Culture
repeat,
Club.
yeah.
Culture Club all slow. And then I also caught, though, just to kind of connect it, in the bar mitzvah scene later,
Yeah.
he sings
Again.
I was like,
And everybody all like people look at him with
Yeah.
such disdain.
yeah, it's a bunch of
I love that
old.
too.
Yeah,
He's
vocab.
He's like, when he says that, he's like, you gotta get out there and turn on George. And then he's like, he's gotta learn another song.
But yeah, the weddings kind of scenes where he's singing is definitely, at least the first ones that kind of came to mind. And then also, sorry, just to jump back to the one where you meet Steve Buscemi
Yes.
as the
That's-
best man.
it's so
Steve.
That's-
funny.
that's the-
better man.
Better man.
That's
Self-taught.
that's obviously in the running for best scene and best.
And he
quote.
goes, but also he goes, well, he's like, some people don't know this about Steve or
No,
whatever the
Remember
guy's
the prostitutes
Says-
we picked up? Or we didn't
Because
pay
Harold,
them?
he's always been a dependable one. I've always been the screwed up one.
Screw up.
Right, Dad? Why can't you be more like your brother? Harold never beat up his landlord. But little newsflash, Pop. Harold ain't so perfect.
Harold ain't so perfect.
Remember that time in Puerto Rico and we picked up those two, well, I guess they were prostitutes,
Prostitutes.
but I don't remember paying.
I don't remember paying. Yeah, Steve Buscemi though jumping in to the
His zingers.
dude, he just jumps in the perfect time, and then he's like,
Tempo, his just natural delivery of his
dude, it was like
lines.
in and out. It was like a knife. He was just like in,
Yeah.
and then he was out for a while, and then he pops up back
And
at the
then,
end.
yeah, he's like, I'm a person too, Pop. It's like, best guitar player in the world, self-taught, no lessons.
All right, so Bobby, what
My favorite scene is, I guess, a non-standard one is when he's talking to the older lady. I forget the actress's name.
Her name's Rosie in the movie. I don't know.
Rosie. Okay, where he's out, like, I think there's some workout equipment, but she's talking
Yeah.
about, I wasn't a virgin when I got married, and just
Yeah.
basically putting him in a corner, like, or painting him in a corner, like, oh my God, like, how do I even continue with this conversation?
I had already had sex with 8 men.
And then she's
Yeah.
like, put your hands out with the meatballs.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah, dude, that's Ellen Albertini Dow. She's the
So
Also-
funny.
grandmother in Wedding
Wedding
Crashers.
Crashers, yeah.
Yes.
So
funny.
But But dude, the also the one line though is as he gets uncomfortable there, she's like, "I slept with 8 men before my wedding night. That'd be equivalent to 200."
He's like, I don't need to hear about this.
So like I said, it's not probably on anyone's like radar, but that made me laugh.
It's a
So
little
hard.
definitely on the
quirky
radar.
scene, scene for sure.
Put your hand out.
All right, Ryan, hit us with one.
Oh man. Okay. Well, obviously you touched on it. The opening scene with Steve Buscemi. That's definitely up there. And the whole George You Suck thing, I had that as well. You said Cindy and Scott's wedding for sure. Okay, I got one. Here you go. When he goes over to watch his nephews, and they come out, and he's like, "Is it true you're in the middle of a nervous breakdown?" No, nervous breakdown. He's like, or whatever, and he's like, "Who told you that?" He's like, "Everybody's talking about it. Everybody. You're 8 years old. All you know are your parents."
Well, that's everybody.
Yeah, that's like a very intricate scene though. That's just like in between scene kind of.
No, yeah, but then they have that, and he's like, cuckoo's nest, or whatever, and then that's when Carbone talks to him. He's like, "It's a good thing you found a love, Robbie." He's like, whatever, like. It's like, I mean your sister, every now and then she'll dance for me and work my nipples. It's like really funny. I thought.
You know what? Just it took me back to
Andy. That's his sister. It's his brother-in-law.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's staying in the basement. Just he doesn't have a really good job. So.
And then of course you have to mention the John Lovitz as
Jimmy Moore, and oh my God,
sings
dude.
Ladies' Night, and that's Jimmy Moore saying that's no sock in my crotch.
Hey, you take 4.
Good luck finding a DJ who can move and shake like this. No, but he's fucking on fire in that scene.
I don't know about you, but that scene where the curtain closes in front of his face is like he's losing his mind.
And I'm reaping all the benefits. What
that
about the
scene
limo
sticks
scene?
in my mind, right?
The limo scene where he's testing him out. He's like,
Oh
I
my
don't
God,
know. I don't know. The cap goes flying.
You're not going to make it.
I like how he's razzing his friends. I would do that with you guys.
Yeah, that's Sammy, Ellen Covert.
You hit 2 cones. People at a wedding. They were cones.
He shoves the mannequins in the back like just
Did you guys catch that when they walk into the engagement party, he's wearing the Michael Jackson jacket with the glove?
The glove,
yeah.
He's like,
I'd lose that glove if I were you.
Lose that glove.
You look a little nuts.
Dude, he'd look.
Yeah.
I'd wear that. I don't care. I think it looks great.
At the engagement party, too, that guy who's Glenn's friend, he's like, "Oh, man, I heard that happened. That must have really sucked."
Oh, dude, he gets
and he's
so
like,
dark.
"No, it was great.
No, it was great.
My parents died when I was 10. You want to talk about that, too?" Why don't I want to talk about that? I don't know. It's so good.
Oh, and then, dude, he ends it, though. He's like, "Hey, why don't you keep drinking?
Have a few drinks and drive home."
And he's like, "Okay."
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I think we nailed most of them.
I mean, I have
the whole
I have to
movie,
say,
honestly, like,
yeah.
I mean,
I say the airplane, but everybody's gonna say the airplane.
of course, yeah, Billy Idol in the
Billy
airplane.
Idol.
being a fucking dude.
Fucking hilarious.
Dude, Billy
But yeah,
Idol just
that would be my
crushing.
ending of the.
I would also
scenes.
have underrated scene. Kevin Nealon interviewing Robbie for the bank job, and he's like, "Do you have any experience?" No.
Can I
but
just get a business card?
I'm a big fan of money. I like it. I use it. I have a little of it. I have it in my jar on top of my fridge. I want to put more in there. That's where you come in.
It's like, hey, I could give you 10 free singing lessons for a couple business cards.
Get out.
I like Kevin Nealon though. Is again that group of Sandler guys that kind of
So
pop
like,
in.
especially in like Happy Gilmore, where he's the, block the bad, feel the flow.
harness the good,
Yeah.
block the bad,
Okay.
circles.
So let's go to quotes if we haven't touched on any that we
Hell
want to
yeah,
mention.
dude.
Woj or Bobby, one of you guys, whoever wants to start.
Go ahead.
Aunt Linda, you're a bitch.
Yeah, yo, a bitch. So good. Those kids are hilarious in that movie. The nephews, I fucking love the Goofball Brothers. I think he calls them.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the Goofball brothers though, but the I can't believe nobody really mentioned Glenn yet.
I was about to. That was my next
like
one.
he kind of though like his lines.
He had a
though,
good
like-
one-liner with the, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna give it to Robbie." Yeah, who has? Or like,
Yeah.
He's like, good, he needs to get laid.
But it was also like
or who
great,
hasn't?
grade A top choice meat.
Oh, yeah.
And like talking about it was some guy looking out there like Don. He looked like Don Johnson. He was wearing the
Yeah.
white suit jacket.
Yeah.
The collar up.
I just loved him as a. He had just a couple good one-liners though of that.
Like, you think the time to make the donuts guy sexy.
Yeah, like the who hasn't.
Yeah, like who has it? I love that like quick jab. Like fuck you.
Yeah.
Or you can make a song. It's called "I Got Punched in the Face for Sticking My Nose in Other People's Business."
Yeah.
I guess what is bro code there? Honestly, if
You tell it, dude.
you tell her.
Yeah, if it's your friend.
Okay, I'm just curious. I'm curious. That's why I'm putting it out there.
I say fuck Glenn. You're not friends with him anyway.
Right, you have
He's
no
a
loyalty.
douche. He's a real douche.
But the only thing is she gonna believe you?
But you know what? He gave him so many outs and chances to kind of like self-correct, and he was just on his path. He's like, all right.
I mean, you have to have a villain for the movie, but
Yeah.
like, I just think that again, he was a good villain.
He was
just in
funny.
general.
He was funny.
He was a solid villain, not anything crazy.
What is the name? Glenn Gulia, and her name would be Julia
Julia
Gulia.
Gulia.
That's funny. Why is that funny? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yo.
All right, next segment.
No,
All
we
right.
still got to.
Oh, or are we
there's,
still doing quotes?
There's a
We can
couple
do
more.
quotes.
Couple more. I don't know why it got me, dude, but it's when Sammy, they're in the bar, and he goes, oh, sorry, when I did that thing, the Glenn, quote, I got punched in the face. The old guy, he goes, sounds like a country song.
Sounds like a country song. Before he's like, I'm sorry, I used to be stronger.
But that guy's name is Carmen Felipe. He's like, I don't know, just
He's
a
that
random
guy,
guy.
right?
He's one of that guys for sure. He's on the
threw
list.
it out there, and then also Sammy's like, all I really want is someone to hold me and say that it's everything's gonna be fine, and then he just goes and hugs him.
Everything's gonna be
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
That's just that was just one though that like it's right up here with the Jimmy Moore thing. Like it's implanted in my brain. Can't forget it.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next part of this?
All right, let's do our scene stealing supporting performance. So I'm gonna say that'd be anybody outside of Robbie, Julia, Sammy, Glenn, and maybe Holly. Anybody else you can?
Well, you're kind of taking away a little bit.
Well,
of the
those are all the
field.
main guys.
I get it.
The supporting, the very little, like they're like in a scene or two.
Did you say Sammy is in the main?
Yeah, I would say he's in a lot of the movie.
Okay.
I would go with. I love Buscemi. I wish, like I said,
You can count Buscemi's for sure.
I would like to just see at that original scene just one more outburst.
I think it's like honestly like it's a 2-man race and there's like honorable mentions. For me, it's like Buscemi or Lovitz. Like,
Hey,
Lovitz,
okay.
yeah.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was gonna go
they're
on.
in the running, and then I say you got for runners up, Billy Idol, Alexis Arquette, and Robbie's nephews, and then I guess Carbone maybe.
I think they could have given Frank Carbone,
Yeah.
which is I think his real name is Frank Servio.
Yeah.
But he was
That
also in
sounds right.
Goodfellas. He was
Yeah.
in
He's iconic for the mob movies.
a bunch of other stuff.
But
But I
I-
think they could have give him just a couple more scenes or something like that, or maybe stuff got cut.
I think it's obvious like Buscemi or Lovitz by far. Like I have a hard time deciding like because I don't know. I feel like I'm probably leaning a little towards Buscemi, but it's very because Jimmy Moore is just you think of Wedding Singer, you think of that too. So I don't know.
yeah.
Oh, also I think underrated Robert Smigel as the cook. More prime rib, more prime rib. What was with the prime rib? Make them get fish. That guy's fucking hilarious.
That's what
dude.
his only time on screen, right? I think.
No, and when Sammy's dancing him at the bar
Oh.
mitzvah and he's grabbing his ass, they're doing the ass dance.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
No, but yeah, he had very, very little scenes. I could also put Kevin Nealon
Yeah.
because he's always funny. I could easily see
For
him
sure.
doing another little thing of like him coming back, or they give Robbie the job for like a day or something like that,
Yeah.
and he's just terrible. I don't know.
All the scenes with Alexis Arquette as George is fucking hysterical.
Dude, they do the wedding dress try on.
Yeah.
Oh, he comes popping out and
Or
he's like all excited. Hell yeah, that's
or
a
like
great
when
scene.
like you find out Robbie's Linda's not showing up, he's like, yeah, God.
He's in tears,
All the
just
makeup.
totally broken up. Yeah. Oh, that's
No,
funny.
that's a good call.
great scene.
I'll definitely give Alexis Arquette
All
that.
right.
What about the banter between Linda and him when like she comes back and he's like that would have been a good piece of information to know, but
See,
before-
Yesterday.
are we doing the recast?
I
thing
got a
yet?
recast,
because
but
that's.
Oh, well, we can if you guys
well,
want to go to
did
that.
we still? Well, I guess did we adequately answer the
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
what was the?
I was just gonna
What's the next
I was
thing
gonna
then?
do that guy and then the recasting, but we can swap that if you want. Up to you.
All right, it's your show. That
Okay,
guy,
well,
I
I'll
like
go with
that
that guy.
which
Can't-
means
they can't
what
put-
again?
You know, they can't put my finger on it. The guy who's like usually like the 4th or 5th in a movie, or maybe less than that, but he's in a bunch of things. You know him, you've seen him, like a Joe Pantoliano or like
Joe Pantoliano,
a
that's-
Peter. What's his face? The dude from Prison Break.
Oh right, yeah.
That guy, he's in a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know, like so I have Carbone,
Yeah.
who's Robbie's brother-in-law
Frank
from
Sir-
Goodfellas.
Savannah.
And then I think it's between him and then the fat loser kid at the bar mitzvah, who's the fat kid who eats the brownies in Matilda.
Yeah.
I don't know him from anything else but those two things, so I think it's those two. I don't know if you guys have anybody else you want to nominate, throw in there.
I really can't. I mean, I would say Frank Severo. I've mentioned his name.
I mean,
6 different ways, but
in a sense, like whenever like Glenn's in a different movie, I'm like, oh, it's Glenn from The Wedding Singer. But
yeah, I don't.
In this
really...
movie, he's not like that guy. But in
no,
another
I
one,
don't.
He might be.
That's kind of where I was kind of leaning towards.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I don't think there's many in it because a lot of the people in the movie
They
ended up
have some
doing
names,
shit
yeah.
that you could.
Yeah, you know
kinda-
them pretty well.
Like any of the secondary characters, like a Kevin Nealon, John Lovitz, they already made names for
Yeah, you
themselves.
know.
Who was
prior
his
to-
sister in this one? Because I think she's on screen for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Never heard
Very
of her.
forgettable, but I don't even think she's even that girl because I don't even know if she's in any other
No.
work.
No.
Jodie Thielen? No, Angie Sullivan. No,
That's the character name.
who's Angie Sullivan?
That's like her mom. That's Julia's mom.
Oh shit, she was in Friends, wasn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so she could be on that list, I suppose.
Where the fuck is this?
But,
I think it's Jodie Thielen,
Okay. What you guys
who
have?
literally didn't do shit.
What
after.
What did you guys have for recasting?
You guys unpopular because that Carbone. It didn't. Sorry, I've watched too many movies where you could typecast someone like a Stifler, and you put him in as kind of a a loving father, kind of like not quirky, but like outspoken a little bit at times, but trying to be compassionate. It was just for me, it was just fish out of water. That's all.
Okay.
I think for this type of movie, it didn't bother me, and I love Goodfellas, so I was kind of, it's Carbone. Like, but I can see what you're saying, where it's like.
There could have been someone else to stand in for that line.
But I think it was nice seeing him in another role in like a comedy. It was kind of interesting. But that's fine. That's okay.
A little bit of its depth.
I could definitely see Linda as somebody
yes,
else.
that's actually
maybe
a
would have
good
been
pick.
A little bit
Someone more like famous or what? Better looking.
No, not necessarily better looking or anything
She had
like
that
that.
smoking face.
I think there was. I think
smoker.
in '98 you probably could have got an actress that was kind of before her break. I can't really think of somebody.
What about Cameron Diaz?
Cameron Diaz? Maybe
because that was right around
Maybe if they gave her long hair though.
longer hair. Okay.
I think I was gonna say
because it's the '80s.
Yeah,
all
I know,
the girls
it's
had
big
long
hair,
Yeah, I think though if you cast someone more famous, then you have to give the Linda character more screen time, more scenes.
No, but he's saying try to find someone before they had their huge breakout.
Well, she already had something about Mary by then, or that same year. She was in The Mask in '95, so
That was 95.
I think it was
okay.
it was the
and
mask
my
that
best friend's
prompted.
wedding in '97. So Cameron Diaz is already kind of a name.
All right, no, she got bigger. I'm just saying that was the idea.
No, I think I don't mind a Cameron Diaz in that. I'm just saying, but if you do cast her, she's gonna want more shit to do
Right.
than Linda had in that movie.
Which again, I kind of look at it though as like if you gave me a better Linda, then I would have
Then
enjoyed
it's good. And it's
her
worth
more.
it. Yeah.
You know, but I'm just saying that was the only real one that I can think of, and that's kind of a
I
tertiary.
mean, maybe you could have had a scene where
Tertiary.
Robbie is more like more on the fence if he still wants to be with Linda or not, and they go out on a date or something after they get back.
Oh,
right.
You know,
that would put a bad taste in my
I
mouth
don't
if
know
he
if
tries to
I'm not saying if it
rekindle.
would. Where I'm just saying like if you wanted, I don't know, you have to figure out a way to have
Dude,
it.
even just a scene in the morning is just like he woke up and then
Yeah,
he's
extended
I like the
scene.
little
Fuck
kid
out.
though. You're a bitch.
Yo, a
like,
bitch.
You're a bitch.
He walks right out.
What's the next guy?
Next one is our favorite needle drop, favorite song in the movie. There's a ton of them.
Oh, dude.
This movie is loaded. I'm not gonna lie to you. I knew this was a good soundtrack, but this is an all-timer. Like this
Can you
might
run
be
through a few tracks for just for the broader audience?
a few tracks.
Yeah, just
You got it.
not
or I
your
got
not
it?
your favorite, but just
Okay. Well, you got like "Spin Me Right Round" to open the movie. A good opening song. Really
that
gets,
was a great intro.
gets
yeah.
the feel of the movie. Up tempo. I think an underrated one would be like the "Don't Stop Believing," but the harp version of it at the wedding.
It's the wedding song. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Heart's
really
awesome.
good.
I'd go see him.
Past the Duchy.
Yeah.
Lionel Richie all night long.
99 Love Balloons, Der Kommissar.
Billy Idol song was in there for sure.
Yep.
You got Robbie singing Holiday, which is Madonna.
Holiday. Yeah.
The
great.
Hall and Oates during the
Hall and Oates.
you
yeah.
got-
Huey Lewis in the News.
Too Shy at the engagement party. That Too Shy,
Yeah,
Shy.
dude, yeah, this is a good album off
I
this
mean,
thing. Yeah.
for me, I think it comes down to 3 songs for me.
all right, knock.
And I would say it would be Hold Me Now from the Thompson Twins.
How does that one go? I don't remember.
Hold Me Now. Oh.
Oh yeah, that '80s song. I know.
Stay with me.
What part of the song is it?
That's when he's driving up to the house after
Trying to talk to Julia, and then she's faking like.
Oh yeah, okay, I got you.
That's
Gotcha.
good.
And
pick.
also "Love My Way" by the Psychedelic Furs. That's when she's drunk and he's about to drop her off with Glenn in his car, and it's playing over the loudspeaker.
Okay.
And it also plays again in the bar.
Oh yeah, that is kind of a.
And then
a
I also
two-touch.
have in the bar "Hungry Heart" from Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, wow, they had.
And I don't know. I think if I had to pick one, it's probably the "Love My Way" because they use it twice. And when I hear that song, I think of that scene with Robbie and Julia. She's like, "Does my hair smell like vomit?" And he's like, "No, you smell great" or whatever.
I'd also throw out special mention the
And of course, the original songs are amazing. Also by
by the
Adam Sandler.
yeah.
what
"Grow
does-
Old with You," "Please Kill Me."
I think we all know "Somebody Kill Me, Please."
Also, I love his rendition of "That's All," which is the Nat King Cole song at the bar mitzvah.
Oh yeah,
He's
he does
re-
a good version
It's
of that.
his voice is very good. It's really good. And I think too, like we talked about with him earlier, getting back to him
Sorry,
singing.
I was looking for this for the longest time. "True" by Spandau Ballet.
Ballet.
I mean, him Buscemi
Buscemi,
singing that
yeah.
at the end is so fucking funny though. But that song though, I love that song because of this movie. But
mean-
sorry, why did I cut you off?
Oh, I was gonna say like just Adam Sandler's a very believable. Like he's a good singer,
Good singer.
but he's not like a world class singer. But he's like a singer you could believe is a wedding singer
Right,
on a better, above average,
a
better-
believable
better
wedding
than-
singer.
right.
Yeah,
You know what? I believe him. I believe him as a failed rocker because that was his
Right.
backstory. It was perfect. I mean,
And
it
it's
was
Good
it
enough,
put
good enough to
together.
be believable as that, but not good enough to have like a career as it. You know what I'm saying?
Now, did this happen after or before Airheads with Brendan Fraser?
After Airheads.
Oh, this came after Airheads. So, all right, I liked Airheads.
Was
so.
Airheads also in 90?
94. But Adam
Earlier,
Sandler's the drummer in that.
Oh, 94.
Brendan
okay.
Fraser's the singer.
Yeah.
I just watched that the
And
other
that's
day.
actually where he met Buscemi, by the way. That's where they became friends.
Oh, there you go.
And that's how he became in a lot of his movies. 'cause
Dude,
of
but Chevy in that movie is fucking great. Dude, we might need to do Airheads.
do you have
at some
any?
point.
Do you have any songs, Bobby?
I like that Pass the Dutchie. I thought that like that transition and that coming on. I was
So
like,
good.
hell yeah, let's roll.
I think if it's not an 80s movie, you don't have Blue Monday from New Order.
Mhm.
That one's always like a good choice. And then
that's in a lot of movies.
Private Eye. That's what I'm saying. All the 80s ones.
Private Eye. Yeah.
Private Idaho from the B-52s. When he finds out that Glenn's cheating on her or whatever. It really, it like kicks in or whatever. Oh, that one's good too. Hall Notes, yeah. Okay.
I mean, we pretty much just mentioned the whole sound. The whole soundtrack is
It's
good.
all good,
I mean,
though.
it's
Yeah,
really
no.
great.
Go on YouTube, throw it together.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys have any cinematic shots? I mean, it's a comedy. I had the double date dance floor shot, but I didn't really have much on that.
I thought the wedding scene, I mean, regardless of how the outcome came, it was a beautiful wedding scene where she didn't show up, but you could see just in his face, so maybe this is good acting, that like that hopelessness that just comes across his face, that like, swallow, that.
Well, the facial expressions that you're kind of talking about. in
That's
this
tough
is,
to act
actually
to.
Pretty,
That's
pretty
incredible.
good. I mean, just that's why Adam Sandler's the greatest, though, dude,
Yeah.
is that sometimes like the reactions of him are
It looks human. It
fucking.
looks,
It's same thing with like Jim Carrey. Like it's like,
Ooh,
oh
no, I
shit.
think he's a little bit too jokey or comedy. Like I can't see him like in The Majestic. Sorry, it wasn't that good.
What about the
I-
Truman Show?
never saw
Truman
that
Show,
thing.
Truman Show showed a little bit more versatility, but in general, I can't see Jim Carrey getting firm with someone, whereas I could see
I mean,
more of
when-
an Adam Sandler getting firm with someone.
But when did he in this movie? He didn't. He's a softie.
Honestly, Adam Sandler. This is
I'm
more.
saying
This
it-
is more of his more toned down.
Yeah, he's a softie in this.
Like Happy Gilmore, he's more Waterboy.
yeah, Waterboy. Yeah, Waterboy is at least more passive.
I think Ryan, you were kind of touching on this in the beginning. Is that like this is kind of unlike the other Sandler movies of its time until you get to like the early 2000s, and then he
Yeah.
starts going more rom-com with like 50 First
Well,
Dates.
I think
that was a good
I think he
It's
always.
a good movie, but it
Yeah, I got you.
I think most of his movies always had a love interest, but this not necessarily a romantic comedy. Where this is like I think a
Yeah,
romantic comedy,
absolutely.
specifically,
for sure.
and it's well done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have a new category.
oh, here
Or
we go.
kind of a
here
new
we go.
category. I mean, we kind of talked about it.
Graphic.
So we did that one time, kind of. But let's do
God,
it.
we
So
have-
we had to do a spin-off of the movie or of characters.
Oh yeah.
Characters or something or a thing, a prequel, sequel, spin-off. Who or what would you do?
Who wants to go
I
first?
could go.
Yeah, you go
want?
first.
Okay. I think you need to get Buscemi and Lovitz together to form their own wedding singer band.
I'd go.
Maybe Robbie
I'd
Hart,
see that.
Robbie Hart as well, and they do like some
Oh
movie.
shit! Adam's FaceTiming me. Hold on. This is a podcast first. All right, we have to decline that.
We actually have friends outside of
and this is
incredible.
like,
Sorry, hold on. Yeah. Okay, you're good. You're good.
So yeah, all three of them, and they start their own like band, and they do like a wedding singer competition or something. I don't know, something where they're all together. Something with them. I think it'll be funny.
Okay, so wedding singers.
Maybe there's like
Spinoff.
like they have like
Spinoff.
beer fest, but there's like a wedding singer like thing in Vegas, like the best wedding singer band. You get like $100,000 or something.
Okay.
Maybe you said it like 5 years or 7 years later in the 90s. They do 90 songs this time.
I already got mine for the spinoff.
Go ahead.
That actually, I fucking love that part though. Is that they started in the '80s, then
Yeah.
they're still a wedding band like 10 years
Yeah,
later.
maybe they like get back together. They're hard on money and they're like,
Okay.
Mine would be a prequel where Robbie is more of the rock star with like a younger Robbie,
with his band Final Warning, which
Yeah,
by the
Final
way,
Warning.
great name for a band.
Great name. So I think that'd be a cool, I guess, prequel spinoff.
Yeah.
if you could
Definitely would
explore
be a good
that.
one.
That's good.
Yeah, it was a good band name.
Yeah,
Just
great.
because I'm
You're last in line, I guess.
well, mainly because I didn't really think about it prior to, but that's going into the podcast. I like this. We have to add this one to
potential
every single
spinoffs. Yeah.
everything going forward. But I do obviously I want to see Adam Sandler in something. I'm kind of torn though. I don't know if I want to see him earlier or later in life. Where like, what does he do after? Like, does he go and get maybe a Billy Idol contract or something like that?
Yeah.
So the continuation
Becomes
of
like
the movie, almost.
singer songwriter.
Yeah.
And like Julia's like on the road with him or something like
Yeah.
that. Like.
Okay, so like a true sequel, then,
Like an
essentially.
extension of that.
Yeah.
But I could definitely get behind anything with like Alan Covert as Sammy, the limo driver.
Yeah.
Like him still trying to like, like
Yeah,
a limo
yeah.
driver is such a weird occupation. I don't know why I would want to see that more though. Just
Okay.
like who he picks up and he's trying to get chicks or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, what's your favorite 80s fashion item from this movie?
Flock of Seagulls hair.
Okay.
That was at the airport,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I think just what Billy Idol was wearing. I kind of loved all the clothing options that they were putting.
Billy Idol. Looks
Billy
like
Idol-
a fucking G, dude.
Fucking, if I could just
I
for one day,
salute you.
yeah, I salute you too. Just
And we know that you're watching. I love that.
Dude,
I
you
love
know what?
that's
That'd be
the
cool
Bobby
if you
line.
actually did watch.
That's
Comment if you watch it.
Definitely Sammy's Thriller jacket. I want that.
with the glove.
With the glove.
Thriller jacket.
I also love his fucking purple and green shirt he wears to Robbie's house. It's like a split shirt.
Yeah, I know. What
It
you're talking
looks
about, yeah.
fucking atrocious, but it's so 80s. I love it.
So 80s, yeah.
And any of Robbie's sport coats are awesome.
Oh yeah, that was a
I do.
80s trend.
I secretly do like the Don Johnson look though.
Yeah,
Everyone likes the
Glenn-
Don
it did look
Johnson
good.
look.
Yeah, it did
The
look good.
white suit and the
And
purple
Sammy's piano tie at the one wedding.
Oh
was
yeah, he
pretty
did have
cool.
the piano tie. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's do what's missing we want more scenes of, or a picky nitpicks you guys have. Anybody have either of those?
Just all right, run up. It was Picky Nits. What was that? Sorry.
You can do either like what's missing, or like something maybe you want more scenes of this, or something's missing that you'd like to make the movie better, or maybe something that you don't like about the movie that you would have changed, like this is I would have changed this or that. Like for me, like I had like
Okay.
I think that I don't understand Drew Barrymore's hair in this movie.
Oh, that bob.
It doesn't really seem like an 80s hair. Is it 80s hair? Like I feel like
it's more of a
like
she's
90s hair.
more childish.
Holly had
no, she's doing the girl next door type of.
Holly had like the 80s hair, like, and Linda was like big hair
Yeah.
and
Holly, what's the actress?
Christine
Oh
Taylor.
yeah, gorgeous.
so
Nine.
hot. Smoke show.
Um,
And then I also have one more. I was
Go
gonna say, I kind of find it weird that Glenn is so rich and he got tickets in coach. I would think he'd probably get first class.
wasn't that kind of a last minute thing though?
Maybe that's why. But then I guess maybe they only had the one seat, so Robbie ended up getting it. Maybe he did ask about it, and
Right.
they only got the one.
That was actually one of my spin-offs. It's not like it'd be a good film, but the rise of Glenn. How did he, go
Yeah.
from A to B?
Glenn in like Wall Street.
Exactly.
I mean, that would be definitely a.
Glenn's in like Wolf of Wall Street.
That would be though, like right in that time, like Wolf of Wall Street, but like actually in the time that Wolf of Wall Street's going on.
Bonds were a big thing, and futures and all that.
No, but I'm even just saying like the
Yeah, I got you.
Time of the
The
movie. coming out at
Reaganomics,
the-
yeah.
I also think for an idea. Sorry,
Go ahead.
like I think the movie could use the post credit scene or something like maybe like show Robbie and Julia's wedding, like couple like snippets from it, or maybe like photos or
Oh, that'd be kind of fun.
like how The Hangover at the end they have
Yeah.
pictures of the
Right,
night, something
yeah.
like that, where it's like the wedding of their wedding, and you see like Sammy and Holly and George, and maybe Billy Idol's there or something. Like,
Hell yeah, dude. That'd be
you know what I
dope.
mean? I think that would have been cool.
That would have been a cool addition. I don't have any like frowned upon
Yeah, it's a
scenes or
comedy.
whatever. I just, again, it's kind of the same thing I said about semi-pros, that like there's just a couple guys that you could have extended, given them an extra couple lines. I'm sure they did a bunch of lines, but it just didn't make it in because it is, what is it, like an hour?
It's like an hour and like
40 minutes?
35.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? I have that Blu-ray is the extended version, and it has
Ooh.
one extra scene, which is like, I don't know if they needed it or not. Like it's only 4 minutes. I'm surprised they didn't just keep it in there. Honestly,
What was the extent?
it was Robbie and Julia at the old lady's house when she's doing the workout thing.
Oh,
An
okay.
extended talk where she goes to actually ask Robbie about the double date with Holly. She's like, "Hey, will you go on a date with Holly?" And he's like, "Oh, you want me to go on a date with Holly?" I guess like they both like kind of seem like they want to go out with each other, but they both
They're like that
won't
passive. Yeah,
won't
they won't
say
say
it.
it. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's take it or leave it. That's
And
probably why they
then
didn't make
the
it
lady
in.
had like one line, Rosie, about when the right person comes along, you'll know it because they'll make you the person that you are better or you should be or something. That was kind of a good part. They
Can't believe nobody mentioned the Adam when he's talking to the little kid. He goes, "Beat it."
Hey, bird. Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, I don't just extend some of the scenes with, Lovitz or Buscemi or Nealon. Like
I
those
could do another song from each one of them. That'd be fun.
I could also do another song from Adam Sandler. Like
Yeah.
throw me something else that he, like
Yeah.
even like if they played like his demo of like
Maybe they have a scene where he's with Billy Idol recording a record or something. you
That'd be
know?
cool.
Like that'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's finally get to the last thing, which is our last category: own it, stream it, skip it,
And rank
and
it,
the
yeah.
grade.
So I don't know if I told you guys this before the pod or we mentioned it here, but somebody had mentioned, one of our loyal listeners, is that we should mention though kind of where we kind of saw it or like where is it located so that they kind of know.
Oh,
Is
like-
it a movie that's like free? Do we
Oh,
have to
sure.
pay $3.79
Right,
for
right
it?
now it's free on YouTube with ads.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's how I watched it. I also have the Blu-ray, obviously, but it's on YouTube right now with ads. And I think like maybe you can get it on Prime, but you have to pay for it, and
Prime and
maybe Premium Hulu. I think I don't.
no,
I
not
don't think
Premium
so.
Hulu, but a couple of the other fringe ones.
It's been
Most of them were pay. YouTube
Yeah.
is free.
for now. I don't know how long that'll last. It,
And
might
they
be, it might be
usually-
only the end of the month.
They usually like cycle movies and shit like that. So
It used
I
to-
would
It
say,
used to be on Max, but not anymore.
yeah, I would just say that you can watch it,
Yeah,
recently, like after this podcast comes out, but don't sleep on it.
yeah.
'cause then
Maybe
I'll-
before April, watch it on YouTube.
Well, then also you're gonna probably have to go and buy it and fucking $2 at a
Yeah, just go get it. It's,
bargain
it's
bin.
worth. It's well worth it. Or maybe you get a combo pack with like 3 other Adam
I mean,
Sandler movies.
let's kind of bring back DVDs, guys.
Blu-ray, but yeah.
It's same shit.
Oh
different
yeah,
day.
we're not
Yeah.
going down this. No. All right.
What
so
are we doing?
What's your rank? Let's put it on.
Fucking this guy.
Let's hear Woj's rank.
I would put this movie at probably a 9.0. Even
Okay.
Steven. I believe that I do own it. I didn't actually look for it because I was lazy, so I just watched it on YouTube for free on streaming. I would say that this is probably a streaming one. Like, it's available if you're in the mood for kind of a lighter Adam Sandler comedy. But like if you want like more of the hard hitting ones where Sandler's like Happy Gilmore or
More loud in your face.
Waterboy, stuff like that. I think you go with those kind of over this one, at least. Again, depending on the mood.
All right, I'm coming in with an 8.8. Great comedy movie. I love Adam Sandler. Is it his best? Not for me, but I do own it. I think it's something worth owning. Just an all-around great option. I thought, whoever mentioned it, like, if you have to start off on one movie and then jump to his other ones, this is a good family-friendly one for what it's worth. Yeah.
Buffalo Springfield coming at you.
Well, definitely own it. Obviously, I own it, and it's an A+. It's
Oh, shut up. What's your rank?
It's an A+. It's fucking. I
No,
mean,
out of 10. I want to hear
What
it.
are we talking about?
it's a 9.8, man.
Okay.
It's fucking-
9.8, okay.
It's one of the best. I mean, like, I left a little room in there because there are obviously some better ones, but I would think it's either his best or second best comedy.
Okay.
For me, Happy Gilmore or this, depending on what I'm in the mood for. Happy Gilmore was like my first, growing up with that. But this honestly might be a better overall movie as a movie. Like it functions better as a movie.
Okay.
So it just kind of depends on your mood.
All right.
I will say, just in addition, the when the Wedding Singer's on, because it ends up being a family, like
It's on TV,
currently
just, yeah.
on whatever channel. I still do leave it on because of the scenes, though. So I do look at it like that way of like
You could pop
it's-
into this movie at any point.
it's
and
a
still
9,
good.
but it for me it's like also again a movie that I still enjoy though whatever scene. It's not particular to like I have to watch the entire movie, otherwise
Right.
it sucks type of thing. But so. That was the movie review. Yes, I was about to throw it over to the teaser though. But the Wedding Singer, dude, fucking solid choice, Ryan.
Thank you.
As at a certain point, I'll get all of the movies compiled, and we're gonna put a list out, and we'll just be like, hey, which one are you kind of more like? Which
Journeyman are you backing?
signify with? Because again, we're always gonna choose movies that we do like in some fashion. I don't think that we're always going to choose movies that are 10.0s,
No.
It's okay to get out of our comfort zone.
You guys were coming with the comedies. It was my turn for a comedy, and I had to just blow you out of the water. So I just,
Okay, in your opinion.
I'm going back to back with my selection. It's another comedy. It's Basketball. Trey
solid one,
Parker,
dude.
Matt Stone, creators of South Park. Just cannot wait to discuss that.
Oh my God, it's going to be a good one, man. I like again. We did the comedy. I think I mentioned it before. When I get back to it, I'm going to go a little bit more serious with it.
I understand.
most likely me as well.
Yeah, like
But
I
I
said,
like
after
I like the switch up. I like
Yeah.
we go comedy for a little bit. We do this. Somebody brought up before I ended that the horror genre might be
yeah, we gotta put our toe in that water.
a little
bit.
difficult to do. But I think horror can be done as well.
For sure.
So
I
we'll
think
have
so.
to see what we
Absolutely.
come up with.
Absolutely.
But this was a great one. I mean, when you got a great movie, you get a great podcast. But for your Journeyman hosts, I am 1/3 of.
I'm the second third.
Journeyman. Okay, well, step on my toes.
I'm the
Step
whole
on my
thing.
toes.
I'm the whole thing.
Okay, fuck
Sorry.
you
All
guys.
right, no. Rewind.
Fucking, it's fine.
We'll do
out.
it live. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. No, peace out. That was the episode.
Sorry.
Adios.
Then
Adios.
Then it sort of just ends.
Just sort of. Tony Soprano, black screen.